Okay, so good day. This moment, after completing the module, I will be highlighting the digital safety and security through its activities and technological impact that affects the organizations and departments. So by this time, I will be answering 5 questions. Okay, so for number 1, what is the concepts of intrusion triangle and how the information security and protection from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, and destruction. So intrusion detection is a reactive measure that identifies and mitigates ongoing attacks using an intrusion detection system. So it's able to weed out existing malware and detect social engineering assaults that manipulate users into revealing sensitive information. Through this intrusion detection system, sensitive data can be kept private and vital infrastructure and system can be shielded from threats like cyber attacks with the help of a secure system. Also, organizations can use this information to change their security system or implement more effective controls. An intrusion detection system can also help companies identify bugs or problems with their network device configurations. For number 2 question, what is the relationship and interaction of each digital safety and security terminology to information management system? And give at least 10 security terminology. So here I have 10 security terminology. You have the phishing, the data breach, the firewall, encryption, social engineering, intrusion detection system or IDS, vulnerability, two-factor authentication or 2FA, denial of service, and malware. So, encryption and two-factor authentication or 2FA work in a tandem to strengthen data protection and access control. Encryption converts sensitive data into a secure code, while 2FA requires additional verification alongside the password. Firewall and intrusion detection system or IDS complement each other in enhancing network security. Firewalls act as a barrier controlling network traffic while IDS monitors activities and alerts administrators to potential breaches. Malware and phishing are interconnected as phishing serves as common entry point for malware. Addressing vulnerabilities is essential to prevent data breaches where unauthorized access or disclosure occurs. Intrusion detection system or IDS play a critical role in mitigating denial of service or DOS attacks, alerting administrators to abnormal behavior and preserving network availability. Recognizing social engineering tactics is vital in combating phishing and attacks that exploit human vulnerabilities. Understanding the relationships between these security concepts and terminologies facilitates the development of comprehensive security strategies and the implementation of effective safeguards against potential threats. Now, for number 3, explain and enumerate the factors that disrupts the physical security and control. So, I will be giving 5 factors. Factor 1, tailgating. Tailgating is when an authorized person follows an authorized person into a secure area. This will naturally happen as multiple people pass through doors and only the front has to present identification or a swipe card. The people following behind will simply follow through, making it easy for any unauthorized person to get in without any difficulty. Factor 2, theft of documents. Your office is likely to have papers and documents lying around in many places, right? From desks to printer stations. So, sensitive documents can easily become unaccounted for and fall into the wrong hands. Even if they are not taken from the office, or a visitor could see information that you wouldn't want them to see. Factor 3, unaccounted visitors. If you don't know who is or was in your workplace at a specific time, it is impossible to keep a high level of physical security. Unaccounted visitors pose a serious risk, as you will not be able to know if they were present if an incident occurs. Factor 4, the stolen identification. So, as an access control system only works if everyone uses their own identification. If people are going in and out of your premises using someone else's identification, well, the result is the same if you had no access control at all. And the fifth factor, social engineering. Social engineering attacks can come in a huge variety of different forms. So this is one of the reasons why it is difficult to combat. Social engineering attacks rely on manipulating your employees, often using information that they have managed to gain to impersonate someone else, or abusing human empathy to gain access to secure areas and networks. For the fourth one, describe the concepts in preventing accidental compromise of data. Now first, there must be strong password protection policies. Enforce strong, unique password policies for all systems, especially those with sensitive information access. Second, applying regular system updates. Organizations must ensure that all systems have the latest security patches and updates to prevent data breaches and compromise. Third, manage user privileges. System administrators and software architects need to apply the principle of least privileges when it comes to access management. This simply means that giving only necessary access rights to employees. Fourth, security awareness training. So businesses should regularly train employees on cybersecurity best practices. So this can help them identify potential threats and prevent breaches from human error or phishing attacks. And others can be encryption of sensitive information, multi-factor authentication, and regular auditing. And fifth one, explain how to avoid accident and compromised data. So companies can significantly minimize their data breach or compromise risk by taking a few precautions. First, creating a strong password policy. So many companies could stand to enforce a few basic password policies to protect the user accounts of their employees. So under no circumstances should employees be using easy to guess passwords for their company network user accounts. Second, adding multi-factor authentication. So multi-factor authentication, aka multi-factor authentication or MFA, is a powerful tool for preventing the illicit use of user account. Third, creating an incident response team. It may sound odd to think of an incident response team as a method of preventing breaches. So after all, their purpose is to handle the response to a breach that has occurred. But an incident response team does more than just handle the immediate post-breach detection, containment, and elimination. The response team also handles the investigation into the cause of the breach. And of course, the last one is and keep security patches up to date. So, thank you so much for listening.